The Commanders defeated the Falcons 24-16 in a must-win game for us as we improved to 3-3 after being on a three-game losing streak. We beat the Falcons. This is a must-win game for us. If we lost this game, we would be 2-4. Um, the rest of the season would be looking pretty bad if we lost this one. But we got the dub. It wasn't the most perfect win, but a win is a win, and I will break down every single position and all the moments, well, the key moments that happened in this game. But before I do that, if you guys are new to my channel, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications, on over the 3K subs if you could. Hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it, and let's get to it. Starting with Sam Howell. Well, first off, I just want to give a brief little recap. Overall, there were definitely a lot of positives from this game, a lot of negatives as well. First off, in the first half, we were pretty good. Like to start off, I think we did. No, we had a pretty solid opening drive. We got the ball first. In the game, we had a solid opening drive. Howell did take that sack. And one note on Howell, well, actually, I'll get to that later. He did take a sack on our first drive, and if we had to kick a field goal, and then the Falcons scored on their first drive. Our defense was, um, they did definitely step up. They stepped up like late game. Well, they were pretty solid in the second half. First half they were kind of iffy. They were even kind of iffy a little bit in the second half. They gave up a ton of yards. They gave up, I'm pretty sure, over 400 yards. Desmond Ridder had 307 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Those 3 interceptions, we won the turnover battle today, which is awesome. The last time we had an interception was Week 3 against the Bills. We have 3 today, so that's really really good. So defense, they definitely stepped up big time today. Offense, second half, first half, the offense was really good. We had 3 touchdowns, well, 2 touchdowns actually, and then Howell had that. We had a turnover on the Falcons when they got the ball on the first drive after the half. Kendall Fuller, that great interception by Kendall Fuller, who had a nice return, and then Howell had that screen pass to Brian Robinson, and he got into the end zone for the touchdown. But other than that, our second half offense wasn't great. We had like 3 to 4 drives where it just ended up nothing. I think like 2 of those drives ended up being 3 and outs, especially in the fourth quarter late in the game. So that was pretty bad. Our second half offense was pretty bad. EB, he had some questionable play calls. I'm not gonna lie, he did have some questionable quick play calls in the second half, which is kind of weird because he was cooking in the first half. He was in his bag in the first half, and in our first drive of the second half. But after that, it was just bad. And I know the Falcons have their defense is pretty solid. You know, they don't have a bad defense at all. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the play calling was kind of questionable in the second half, but first half it was pretty good. Let me go position by position. Sam Howell, 14 for 23, 151 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was very, very solid today. Other than the sacks taken, he took 5 sacks today. I'd say like 3 to 4 sacks were on him. Sam Howell, he just holds onto the ball for too long, and we've seen this over the course of the season. The Falcons had 5 sacks coming into this game today. They had that amount today, 5 sacks. I'm pretty sure we're now up to Howell has taken 34 sacks so far this season, which is unbelievable through 6 games, which is way, way, way too much. And he's had this problem since college. I mean, just taking sacks, holding on to the ball for too long. And that's his problem. He holds on to the ball for too long when nobody's open. He tries to make a play with his legs. He tries to find any open lanes. When he tries to do that, he could accidentally run into a defender, and boom, that's how he gets sacked. So this has been a problem since college, unfortunately. Hopefully he can improve it as the course of the season goes on, but right now it's not good. But Howell, he did have a pretty solid game today. He had no turnovers. The team didn't have any turnovers today, so he was pretty good. Rushing game, we didn't do a lot on the ground. I mean, Brian Robinson, he was pretty solid in the first half, 10 carries for 31 yards. Chris Rodriguez, he saw some action today. He had 4 carries, 23 yards. Antonio Gibson, 3 carries for 15 yards. So we didn't do much on the ground today. Howell did have that one RPO play, which was a really nice. He was nice. It was a pretty fake. It was a fake, and we converted on third down. I'm pretty sure it was in the first half. As for receiver wise, Terry McLaurin, 6 catches, 81 yards. We actually targeted Terry McLaurin 11 times today, which is amazing. That we need to see that. For some reason, we play better on the road than at home. Like, I feel like the road is our home. We should just hope. I wish we could play on the road every single week, but it just seems like we play better on the road than at home. But Terry McLaurin, he balled out today. He had a good game. Curtis Samuel, man. Curtis Samuel has had a really, really good season. He's been our second best wide receiver for sure after Terry McLaurin. He's had a very good season. He had 4 catches, 42 receptions, a touchdown. Brian Robinson, 2 catches for 25 yards, 1 touchdown. That screen pass. Logan Thomas, he didn't see much action at all. Jahan Dotson, man, after that drop, we did not look his way anymore. I didn't even see him on the field much in the second half, really. I mean, after that drop in the first half, a beautiful ball by Sam Howell on the money, and he just dropped it, straight up dropped it. John Dotson, he's been disappointed all season now. All of it hasn't been his fault. He hasn't been targeted much when he is open, but you can't drop these passes like this. And this isn't the first time he had a drop pass against the Eagles, maybe a drop pass against the Bills. So yeah, he's had a few drop passes this season, and you want to get more targets and stuff, which I understand, but you can't be dropping wide open, easy passes like this. So John Dotson did not have a good day at all. He only got 1 target anyway, so he Sam Howell didn't look his way. EB didn't look his way at all after that drop he had in the first half. Defense, they were better today. Now they still have problems. Giving up over 400 yards, that's pretty bad. I want to start with the defensive line first. We had 3 sacks in total. Actually, no, yeah, we did have 3 sacks. Jamin Davis had 1. Casey Toohill had 2, actually. Shout out to Casey Toohill. He was probably like our best defensive lineman today. Deron Payne, he had some good moments. Our linebackers weren't bad today. Actually, they were better. Kaliki Hudson, he had a couple nice plays. Jamin Davis, he had that game-sealing interception. He also had a few nice tackles, so he was pretty solid. Cody Barton, he was okay. He was all right. He had some bad plays, but he was just all right. He wasn't as bad as he was prior weeks, but he was just okay. Cam Curl, he had some nice pass deflections. He was good in coverage today. Kendall Fuller, that interception, man. Shout out to Kendall Fuller. He's been balling. I personally feel like him and Curtis Samuel, they've been really underrated this season. They haven't been getting enough praise from us fans and the media. I feel like we should re-sign them this offseason. Jonathan Allen, he had a couple nice plays. Shout out to Benjamin St-Juste. He got his first interception today, and it was a huge interception in the red zone. Desmond Ridder, that was a pretty bad pass by Desmond Ridder, but shout out to St-Juste for coming in big and getting his first interception, and a big play in general, so yeah. Danny Johnson stepped up in place of Emmanuel Forbes. Obviously, Emmanuel Forbes was benched. He didn't play at all today. I don't think he got any snaps. If he did, not many, maybe like 1 or 2, maybe more, but yeah, Danny Johnson, he played really solid today. He had a couple of nice pass deflections, pass breakups, and he made a couple of nice tackles as well. So Danny Johnson, shout out to him. He balled out. Jartavius Martin, he had 3 tackles today. Didn't notice a whole lot for him, so that probably means he wasn't. I mean, he got some snaps. He got a good amount of snaps, but I didn't notice a lot from him today. So maybe that's a sign that he played pretty solid. Montez Sweat, he didn't do much. He just had a tackle. I think he had a tackle for loss as well. Chase Young, he almost had a sack on Desmond Ridder earlier, but he just missed him. He couldn't wrap him up. And that's the thing with Chase Young and Montez Sweat. They just can't, finish the job off. Especially Montez Sweat. He should have maybe 1 or 2 double-digit sack seasons by now. If he could finish the job off, if he could get them sacks, if he can take the quarterback down. So that's the thing, especially with Montez Sweat, with him and Chase Young, both in general. But yeah, in my opinion, secondary, there are still questions. We're just big play prone. That's it. We're big play prone. Hopefully that can improve. I will say we did play better without Emmanuel Forbes out there on the field. So that is a good sign from our defense. They did play better, but we still got way more improvement to do on our defense and offense, but mainly our defense. You can't allow 400 yards. You can't, especially 300 passing yards to Desmond Ridder. Now, no, some of that was late in the game, garbage time. Really, we were probably gonna win, but still, you can't give up that many yards. Amount of yards. Shout out to Jamison Crowder because he changed the tone of the game. That punt return for 61 yards. I thought he was housing that. He should have housed that, but he was just tripped up near the 10 or 15 yard line. But hey, man, shout out to Jamison Crowder. He balled out. He absolutely balled out, man. it's nice having a guy that shows some explosiveness, and Jameson Crowder definitely shows that. I'm really happy that he's back. He played really well. Joyce Fly made all of his kicks today. Tressway, he did his thing. He was very good today. And yeah, that's about it. One more thing about the defense. Drake London had 9 catches for 125 yards today. That's pretty bad. I'm pretty sure this is like the fourth straight game where we've allowed a 100-yard receiver on the opposing team to have 100 yards. I mean 100 yards. A receiver on the opposing team, their wide receiver one to have 100 yards. Week 2 against the Broncos, Marvin Mims, although he's not their wide receiver one. Week 3, Stephon Diggs. Week 4, AJ Brown. Week 5, DJ Moore. Week today, Drake London. So that's actually 5 weeks in a row. So yeah, defense just has to be better. Secondary, just in general, and not all of it's on them, of course. Some of it's on Jack Del and his scheming and stuff. So yeah, but that's about it. Win is a win. Wasn't the prettiest win, but a win is a win. We're 3-3. Next week we play the Giants. Very optimistic about that game. So yeah, that is all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. On the road to 3K. So if you could hit that sub button, I really appreciate it. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.